afternoon, race fans, and welcome here as we get set for race number 3 of the 2023 PCSRA Buffalo Wild Wings Series. Getting ready for the running of the Alsco's 302, which is 201 laps of racing. It was an interesting truck series race we had yesterday, although we had 7 caution flags during that event, which came down to a green-white checker, if you ask me. First pole ever for Honda Accord. Heather Galloway will start on the pole alongside of Emma Tutu. Runner number 2 is Maria Nowicki and Scarlett Nelson. Here's the rest of the grid for today's race. Amanda Wallace in the car shop colors this week. Jared Underhill in a new scheme. Same with Ivory Walker and Victor Gonzalez. Stephanie Driscoll in the new scheme. April Winters in the black Mobile One colors this week. Jessica Moore, who ran in the truck race yesterday, raced her way into today's race via the non-charter race. Jessie Art running the Barracuda pumps this week. Lita Perez raced her way in via the non-charter race. Same with Samantha Granger, who had a disappointing run in yesterday's truck series race. Lulu Champagne in the big red colors this week. Sean Art back here. JJ Park, the points leader, in the white brand colors, and the 58 as well. Point standings coming in this race. Here they are right here on your screen, as I'll just go over the points. So JJ Park has a 5-point lead over his teammate Stephanie Driscoll, driving for Junior Motorsports. Heather Galloway, who is on pole right here, she is third in the point standings, 17 points back. Fourth in the standings is Wyatt Garcia, our winner from Ricky Raceway 2 weeks ago. Emma Tutu on the outside of the front row is fifth. Then it's Carla Sinat, Jessie Art, Amanda Wallace, Sean Art, and Maria Nowicki, who won last week. There's Maria, won last week at Atlanta, and she was 37th in points, and all those bonus points she got put her not only inside the top 30 in the point standings, but all the way up into the top 10 in the points as the cars are rolling up behind the Chevy Corvette pace car, driven by Rick Green. We'll bring him around and we'll get the green flag underway. Kind of curious to see how this race will fare. Of course, we had 7 cautions in our truck series race yesterday. So far, they've had 3, 5, 7. Something tells me at Martinsville we're going to end up having 9 cautions for the truck race in a few weeks' time. Something tells me in the back of my mind that's going to happen, but yeah. Of course, this series has had a lot of yellows. They had a lot of yellows at Atlanta. They only had 1 yellow at Ricky, so I'm not sure how this race is going to go here today. We'll find out. 201 laps, just near 302 miles is our distance today. The Corvette pace car pulls off, leaving the field in the hands of the Honda Accord of Heather Galloway and the Chevy Camaro of Emma Tutu. The Alasco 302, race 3 of the Buffalo Wild Wings Series is green. Let's go racing, drivers. Curious how today's race is going to go. Of course, we just had Monster Energy Series happy hour just before this race. So the track has got some rubber down ever since happy hour concluded. Of course, I have it on the same AI deal. So far, so good. Heather Galloway is going to get the first lap led, but here comes Maria Nowicki trying to make it 2 in a row, even though it is early days. And she will lead us in the turn number 1. So far, so good. JJ Park, the points leader back here in the white number 7. Lainey Frederickson, the 36. That's Sean Art battling Xavier Alsop. And Lawson, former winner here in the AutoZone Amateur Series. who started near the rear of the field. That's where she ended up going to victory lane. Justin Hugo's raced here in the Arizona Amateur Series. There's Chloe Carmichael. Had a bad day in the truck race yesterday. Will look to bounce back here today. Annie Winters. Racing with Max Lipson. Watched Lil Sis take over the 38 truck that she won in the truck race last week at Atlanta. But Lil Sis had an okay run. Samantha Granger had a okay race in the truck series yesterday. Let me look and see where did she finish in that race yesterday. I'm gonna look at it right now. April Winters got a top 10 yesterday in the truck race. Granger finished 25th out of the race in the truck race. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch it back to Buffalo Wild Wings. There we go. So April Winters got all the laps completed, so we'll see if that will give her a good experience to help her out in this race. There's Paul Michaels. Jessica Moore. Where did Jess finish yesterday in the truck race? Jessica Moore. She finished... I'll pull up the results here. Jessica Moore actually finished 4 laps down in the truck race yesterday, but was one of the last cars to finish the race. JJ Park, not only the points leader, he is also the rookie points leader coming into this race. Here comes Bella Santiago. Comes in this race 14th in the points. Another driver, if she wins today, would be in the playoffs. She'll definitely get 5 points. Or not. Looks like she overdrove the corner. Is she going to beat the 9 to the line? The answer is going to be a no. 9 car still keeps the lead. Scarlett Nelson driving the Nicorette this week. Emma Tutu. There's Wyatt Garcia. Garcia lost the points lead last week at Atlanta. Gonna check the back of the field. Diane Lawson's back here. Points leader's back here. Where is second in points? Stephanie Driscoll. She's 11th. Kaylee Rankin dropping back. There's Emily Elizabeth. Of course, Quentin Moore failed to qualify that 89 car. Mia Watts and Luke Peters, the 2 colleague cars. Victor Gonzalez in the Swan colors this week, battling with Darby King. There's Granger. Sean Art in 27. Sean last week fell 3 spots to 9th. There's Greenville having a good start to this one. So far in the early stages, we are not wrecking some cars like we did in the truck series race here yesterday. And Bella Santiago did get her 5 points for leading a lap. Of course, next week we're going to have some Buffalo Wild Wings Series contenders getting ready to go racing at Phoenix. That will be a night race, or actually will be a day race. In fact, both the Buffalo Wild Wings and the Monster Energy Series, that will be a double header that weekend at the Phoenix International Raceway. Which brings us to our Wendy's race menu as Lulu Champagne's passing Annie Winters. And I have my Wendy's race menu pulled up, which is our motorsports calendar, presented by Wendy's. Tried to do the hot honey chicken sandwich at your local Wendy's today. So looking at our race menu presented by Wendy's, we got next week this series and the Monster Energy series going racing from Phoenix. Of course, we'll have our non-charter race on Friday. That would be next Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, here on the Blue Hedgehog TV. Then next Saturday will be a double header. We'll first have the Buffalo Wild Wings have their second. They'll run in the daytime at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It'll be a 200-lap, 200-mile event from Phoenix. Then that same night, we'll have the Monster Energy Series drivers run their division races. So that will be fun. That race will go live at, will be on at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope you will be with us for that. So far, Maria Nowicki leads the way. Currently, we have 2 drivers inside the top, the 2 drivers that have won this season. Wyatt Garcia last week. There's Wyatt Garcia right up the track. I know oven. I will get you out of the oven, pizza. So I'll go over this real quickly. If the oven would shut up. Maria Nowicki won last week at Atlanta, and Wyatt Garcia won at Ricky. Those 2 are inside the top 10 in the points. They're also inside the top 30 in the points for their wins to count towards a spot in the playoffs. While we're still green, I'm going to go get my pizza and a refill. So I will be right back. While we're in this green flag run. Shut up, oven. I'm coming. Okay? Good grief. Yeah, we are good. To my satisfaction. This is nice. That's what a pizza should look like. 25 minutes should be a good temperature. Still early here for the Alaska, the Alaska 302. It's early going here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Maria Nowicki, our leader. As I said, next week we are heading to Phoenix for the Buffalo Wild Wings non-short race on the Monster Energy Series. Following week we'll have both of those 2 series. We have one to record on West Coast trip. And then all 3 series will be back together for a short at Martinsville. That means now time for your Janitor food scores from Garden Country is next. Species for racing. All right. All right, y'all, I'm back. Sorry about that. Got a new leader. That would be F22, who just led some laps. She got 5 points for leading laps, so the top 3 have led so far today. How about the rookie April Winters running in the 4th position? April Winters' top 10 run yesterday in the Truck Series race, trying to back it up with another good run here today in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, although last week was anything but spectacular. Finished dead last with an engine failure. And she is dead last in points of the drivers that have raced this season. Of course, Todd Montgomery didn't have a good run at Ricky. Either way, she would have been, like I said, still at the bottom of the points table, but that's because she's behind all those drivers that are the non-charters. So she'll start working her way through the points table in the next couple of weeks. Of course, she got to make her first Truck Series start after missing the truck race last week. Or actually, I think it was due to contact tracing with COVID. She was cleared to race the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race after they found out the test was negative, so. There's Wyatt Garcia. Wyatt came in this race 22 points back, trying to retake the points lead from JJ Park, who's not having a good run. 36 is where he's currently at. Also seeing some drivers who are running well in points right here at the rear of the field. Monica Towns, 27. Of course, 2 weeks in a row, Monica Towns was called to the big black and yellow truck for an incident. I'm going to go get me a knife, so give me a second here, folks. Hello, baby. How are you doing? Give me a knife to cut my pizza. I can't while I'm doing a race. Sorry about that. Had to get a knife. Bella Santiago leading this race. If she wins today, she is in the playoffs. As I said, 14th in the points. Bella Santiago has not recorded a top 5 or a top 10 this season, here in the early going of this 2023 season. She would like to change that today. And we have gone into a long green flag run, which is really impressive because unlike our Truck Series race, these drivers are not aggressive. So as the 2 Red Bulls of John Wesley Allen and Samantha Greenville battling side by side, that's because I have the AI down to like 105 or so. Still can't believe they were wrecking left and right in our truck race yesterday. And actually, I have some stats here. They've had 3 cautions in trucks at Ricky. Last week they had 5. That was total. Prior to yesterday's truck race, they had 8 cautions so far. They had 7, so they've had 15 cautions so far in the first 3 races. We have not a caution-free race so far this season in PCSRA, with the exception of a few division races in the Monster Energy Series. Of course, I believe Division 1 or Division 2 had 1 or 2 yellows. So, yeah. But other than that, that's kind of it. A lot of these cars are they're getting a lot of laps here to see how good their car is going to be on the long run. I think I got 4 or 5 sets of tires in the pits. I can tell you IRP is going to be a fun weekend because for trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings Series, they're going back to the roots of the NASCAR short tracks. So that will be interesting. Average speed 166. So far, all 42 cars racing each other really clean. Talked to Patrick Watson how he was going to do the driver's meeting for the Buffalo Wild Wings Series. One key thing he did say to the Buffalo Wild Wings Series drivers is to make sure you guys race cleanly and race respectively, and not end up having a wreck fest like we did yesterday. So apparently, these drivers have kept it clean so far. These cars are on the GNS physics, so they may end up going a lot further on fuel. Question is going to be whether tires are going to play a factor. That part we will have to wait and see. Boy, a lot of drivers not having good runs start this race. The points leaders back here. Driscoll second in points. 18th. Galloway's 13th. She was third in points. And Garcia's third place. He was fourth in points. So we're going to have a lot of... We're going to possibly have a point shakeup the way things are looking. Yeah, with next week being Phoenix, it'll be interesting to see how that race will go. One thing I told the Buffalo Wild Wings Series drivers that I always tell the Monster Energy Series drivers for next week at Phoenix, take care of the right front tire. Of course, Martinsville will be the new update at Martinsville. Darlington will be the same way. And then after Darlington, like I said, only one series. That will be Monster Energy Series from Sonoma. Let's go on board the Wells Fargo Dodge. Had to get a little lift off the corner. You can see Bella getting off the throttle with her car being a little bit tight or loose. They're starting to get a little tight, and they're going to start working on these cars when we get to pit stops. I can tell you this is going to be a fun season. This race has been really good. As these tires start going away, these cars are starting to slip slide around. It's hot and slick. Looking at the schedule here. So Truck Series will have A lot of fun races so far. At 28 of Wyatt Garcia, now in the second position. Been reeling in that 45. Pretty soon we'll be getting closer and closer to what would be green flag pit stops. Because like I said, the only track time we've had for these so far prior to this race today was Monster Energy Happy Hour. And sorry about that pulling up. The disc base got in the way. Do apologize for that. I just realized trucks don't have a road race on their schedule. They're mainly ovals. So talking about the playoffs here, as I look here, excuse me, there are 16 regular season races for the Truck Series. That's why Garcia is trying to get the lead on the outside. We have 16 regular season races for the Truck Series. There's, let me look here for Buffalo Wild Wings. There's 26 regular season races for Buffalo Wild Wings series. And, you know, Reese's have 30. So the thing is that the playoffs for trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings will start, but they'll already do their first race of the first round. Whereas Monster Energy Series, however, their regular season finale is at Dover. And then they start their playoffs at Darlington, which is also the Southern 500. And then, so yeah. But then the interesting part about, as I look at the playoff schedule, you know, for trucks, you got Chicagoland, Pocono, M&M's. Same for the Buffalo Wild Wings series. Here's what the Monster Energy Series playoff schedule is, starting the round of 16. Darlington, Pocono, Kentucky. And Monster Energy is the only series that will be racing at the Kentucky Speedway. And then when we have our first elimination race for Trucks Buffalo Wild Wings, it will be first race of the second round for Monster Energy. Then they'll go to Arizona, which they'll be by themselves. And then Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings have the first race of the second round at Kansas. When Monster goes to Kansas, it will be their second elimination race because they will have Michigan, and then all three series will finish out the season at Talladega, Homestead, and Toronto. I thought the yellow was out, but I'm just seeing things. So before these drivers make pit stops, I'm going to go get me a refill on my drink, and we'll be back to discuss more about this race as the Alsco 302 continues. Interesting. Our Truck Series race was a crash fest. However, yesterday in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, it was a complete opposite of a truck race. Not a lot of wrecking, but drivers getting us a green flag one. Where will that spectrum be? Will we get a green flag one and cars? Which something says to me, the Monster Energy Series don't know what spectrum they're going to be going to. I'm back. And the crazy part about, you know, as I look at the schedule, as I'm back, you know, you look at the schedule here for this series, you know, we got a new Darlington, we got a new Richmond, and a new Dover, because in case you all haven't noticed, or if you've been watching the Oreo Cup Series from Season 1, we've had a problem with Martinsville, Richmond, and Dover in regards of those three tracks, because of the fact that those three tracks could not field a full 42-car field. Excuse me. So basically what we did is we got a newer version and all that, so something new, if you know what I mean. You know, in the first half of the regular season, you know, for trucks, you got 3 off weeks. Buffalo Wild Wings, you only have 1, which is this series. Oh, pit stops are happening. Pit stops are happening. That's something we did not see in our truck race yesterday. Green flag pit stops. That's the first time this weekend we've had green flag pit stops at the beginning of the race. But back to my point here. You know, you have 3 off weeks for trucks, 1 off week for Buffalo Wild Wings. Monster Energy won't have an off week until the second half of the regular season, as Bella Santiago's coming to pit road. 64. You can go 66 laps, so they probably are short pitting, if you know what I mean. Trying to make sure nobody has an incident, because remember, we've been calling drivers to the big black and yellow truck because drivers were not paying attention on merging. Looks like they're doing a much better job giving each other room. I'm assuming it's a 4-tire pit stop. Don't want to sugarcoat it. Yep, it is a 4-tire pit stop because they've got the left side tires. So they'll check the wear on those tires, and 45 down the way, so good pit stop. Everybody taking 4 tires and fuel. There's the pace car. Hasn't been called out of the pits, so, you know, that's the thing, though. And there's the 9 car. They're saying Kaylee Rankin is the leader, but I don't think she's hit pit road yet. Okay, she has hit pit road, so I take that back what I said. It could be Wyatt Garcia, but I could be wrong. I believe Wyatt Garcia would be the leader, if I'm correct. But I see Sean and Jesse are. Have they been to pit road yet? Sean, yes. Jesse, yes. Kayla Rankin. So that would mean the 28 is confirmed the race leader. Also, another thing to mention is that these drivers, and only the Monster Energy Series drivers know this and all that, yada, 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 is that, you know, Monster Energy has their first road race, which is Sonoma. When we come out of the All-Star break, we go to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. All 3 series will be there. Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings have never been to Brazil. Monster Energy, however, has. So I'm thinking, my question when we get to that weekend is, what notes can the Buffalo Wild Wings, what kind of notes will the Monster Energy Series drivers give to the trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings? Because they've never raced at Rio before, whereas Monster Energy has. Then all 3 series go to Kansas and Texas. That will be just easier. Then it's just Monster Energy only at Bristol. I mean, we got a couple of super speedway races. Coca-Cola, 8 Bowl. Typical Talladega we're used to. It's going to be good. I think the one weekend I'm really looking forward to, this one. If you look at the schedule, this one I'm really looking forward to, which is the Autodrome Chaudière event. I am super excited to bring that race back. And, of course, Nick Batson, the defending winner of that event. But that's after they go to Papyrus. And then they got to go to International, which is Melbourne. If I look here, Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings Series have 2 trips to Canada this year. Monster Energy, however, has 3. They've been to Ricky. They'll be going to Autodrome Chaudière. And the season finale at Toronto. So, Buffalo Wild Wings and Trucks will visit 3 countries this year. Or actually, let me rephrase that. Trucks have visited Canada and Brazil on their schedule. Yes, Trucks will have Canada and Brazil. So that's 2 for them. Buffalo Wild Wings Series, as I look on their schedule, they have Canada, Brazil, Mexico City. That's gonna be a wild card race. So they have 3. Monster Energy, however, has Canada, Brazil, Australia, and that's it. So, and the thing about Chaudière is that we're going to have heat races, we're going to have LCQs, we're going to have all of that. That's going to be a very long weekend. All the drivers will be scoring points, and it's going to wreak havoc on who's going to make the playoffs and who's not. Because we'll have... we have 100, I think we have 100 and something drivers entered in that race. But if last season's races, which we did with Travis, was any indication, you don't want to miss the Autodrome Chaudière race. That race will have no pit stops. Drivers will be out on 200 or 300 lap old tires. So We're going to have no pit stops in that race. That's going to be fun. And 200 laps may seem like a long race to you all, but considering it is 1/4 of a mile, which is the shortest track we go to, think about this. 200 laps, that's 50 miles. That's almost what an NR race goes in an NR series. Believe me. That's almost a race distance you do on a 1.5 miles, which is like either 41 or 54 laps. But never 200 laps. And someone will join the likes of Nick Batson as a winner an event. And guess what? All of the Foster Series drivers are entered in that race. Yes, all of them. Including the ones who are running for the Foster Series Championship. That is going to be fun. Of course, yours truly is a former pole sitter at Chaudière in the NR community. Fitzwater is a former winner at Chaudière when it used to be called the Canadian, when CSRA, the Canadian Sim Racing Association, happened. And so far, I don't think it's coming back for quite some time, which is a bit of a shame if you ask me. There's and all that. Monster Energy has never been to Road America, so they may have the Buffalo Wild Wings Series friends help them. And a couple of other changes on this calendar compared to what we've seen is the addition to a dirt track, Springfield, which, let's be honest, Springfield is going to be unknown what that race is going to be like for the Monster Energy Series drivers. Because here's the thing. You have the 2 short track races for trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings. Iowa's pretty simple for those 2 series. Springfield, however, is unknown. We have never raced Springfield on this channel, and I'm being flat out honest here, folks. We've never raced Springfield before on this channel. And we're going to have our first ever race at an unknown race, if you know what I mean. That's going to be great. Oh, Santiago dropping back. They're going to be catching Daniel Lawson. Or actually, wait. Emily Elizabeth's off the lead lap. She's 1 lap down. Did she have an unscheduled stop? I don't see any damage to that Ford Mustang. I think she must have had a slow pit stop or something. So that's a tough break for Emily Elizabeth. Not the way Emily Elizabeth wanted her race to be. We're coming up to the halfway, coming up near the halfway point. We're 20 or something, we're like less than 20 laps away from hitting halfway, and shockingly, to everybody's surprise, we have not had a caution yet. To my surprise. Of course, we did this at Atlanta, and then we had caution galore towards the end of that race. Well, I bet these Monster Energy Series drivers, they're probably watching this race going, man, we just got done doing happy hour. We're watching a caution-free race so far. I better be taking notes and seeing what the track's going to be like tomorrow. As we can't wait to bring you coverage of tomorrow's race. And, of course, as I said, next week, Buffalo Wild Wings and Monster Energy Series will be heading to the Phoenix International Raceway. Of course, Buffalo Wild Wings will race in the day. Monster will be at night, and then we'll have Auto Club for a 2-day weekend, which will have non-charter for Buffalo Wild Wings Series, and then we will have the chartered race for that race in the afternoon, and then in the early evening, as we have an engine blow-up, looks like that might be Monica Towns, who they just lapped. And then we'll have morning and afternoon for Buffalo Wild Wings Series. But, yep, that was Monica Towns who just went up in smoke. Was it damn it. Couldn't get to her. Yep, the engine has gone on that Ford Mustang. That Ted Russell Knoxville Ford Mustang. Monica Towns' day is unfortunately done. Seeing a lot of drivers running well in points back here. A header is gone. Boy, Monica Towns has had a rough start to her rookie campaign this season. 27th in the points, had a dismal run last week at Atlanta, and now this. That team just can't seem to catch a break, as they're going to catch Diana Lawson, put her a lap down. As Emily Elizabeth has now passed the 13 for position, so a little concerned about the Ford camp. Of course, Alita Perez missed the race last week at Atlanta. She finished 14th in the race at Ricky. Of course, that was an attrition-filled race. And here comes Mia Watt. Mia Watt's in the 16. Surprising run for Mia. Mia comes in this race 21st in the points. Former Monster Energy Series driver. Of course, reason she's down here in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series was because of the fact she finished in the bottom, in the danger zone of the drivers who lost their spots. How about Ari Springer? I'm seeing a number of new names up here. Ari Springer's in 6th. 7th is Ivory Walker, who will be in tomorrow's Monster Energy race. Emma Tutu, 8th. Paul Michaels, 9th. Xavier Allsop in 10th. Great run for Xavier Allsop. They're catching Diana Lawson. I wonder if Diana Lawson is down on power. If that's the case, that's a tough break for Diana. Going through the field. Sean Art in 24th. Lita Perez in 21st. Points leader 35th. Second in points is 22nd. Heather Galloway 33rd. She's third in the points. Tell you what, a number of drivers running well in points, going to take a hit in the points the way it's looking. That's never a good sign that you're running well in points and you're going to end up taking a big hit. Ari Springer ran her final Truck Series race. Unfortunately, ended up out of the race in 27th. Now she's focused on the Buffalo Wild Wings Series and the Monster Energy Series for the rest of the season. Ari comes into this race 13th in the point standings, won top 10 this season. Still looking for her first top 5 of the season. She's also another one of those drivers, a win for her, and she's locked into the playoffs. Sean and Jesse Art are going to take hit in the points. They were 7th and 9th entering this race, as they've now put Diana Lawson 1 lap down as we're nearing the halfway point of this race. This is definitely what the Buffalo Wild Wings Series drivers needed, a nice green flag run. No yellows so far, which is I'm a little surprised about, to be honest with you. But like I said, a lot of big names running well in points, not doing good. As things stand, as I said, Wyatt Garcia would take the points lead heading into next week at Phoenix. Now, looking at the points here. Coming into this race, the 5 drivers in no particular order that are in the danger zone of losing their spots and dropping down to trucks. They are Scarlett Nelson, 41st in points. She's currently 66. Okay, let me see. 24 is 15, so well-needed run for the 2014. Chloe Carmichael, where is the 2 at? 35th, that's not what she needed. Luke Peters, 23rd. Not a good run either. Diane Lawson, as I mentioned, 40th. She is a lap down. She came in this race, another driver in the danger zone. And the 5th and final driver who is in the danger zone of losing their spot would be Jared Underhill. And the 12... Where is the 12? There he is, in 12th. The gal that he's trying to run down, which is Samantha Greenville, in 14th. And then the other gal they're trying to run down is Kaylee Rankin. She's all the way back in 28th. Not the run that Kaylee Rankin needed. Because, like I said, one topic we always have to discuss in this series is that, and I also forgot to mention, April Winters also came in this race in the danger zone. Well, actually would be exempt because Todd Montgomery took over at Ricky because of April Winters' COVID-19 positive test. Ari Springer there. Here's Emily Elizabeth. Fredrickson's back here. We're just about halfway. Points leader not running well, all the way back in 30th. Kaylee Rankin, as things stand, she would be a driver that would be in the danger zone of losing her charter for next season if she doesn't pick it up. Here comes Ari Springer in the 41. Whatever that team did on that first pit stop, the car has come to life. Lead change. Here comes Ari Springer in that red 41. Of course, she's been running this. She will be running the breast cancer awareness car when we get to October. Of course, Ari Springer going to race in tomorrow's Monster Energy Series race. As we're now at the halfway point of this race. And to my surprise, no yellows. And I bet everybody here on YouTube is kind of surprised as we're now halfway through this race. These drivers have been putting on a good show here today. Wonder if that will say the same for tomorrow's Monster Energy Series race. Hope you will join us for tomorrow. '58's moving out of the way. We are just past the halfway point. The good news for Chloe Carmichael even though she's running 33rd, she's trying to she'll pass Fitzwater, and also they're gonna also bypass. I know April Winters is gonna bypass a number of drivers who D and Q'd. Winters will pass Montgomery, Ekstrom, Sharper, Makar, Mirwaz, who D and Q'd, and also Fitzwater. So, and the sucky part for Emily Elizabeth, she came in this race 20th in the points, so that's not what she needed. Let's take you in the cockpit of the 41. See, Ari's not turning the wheel really hard as you get a nice onboard cam. And you see she's not turning as hard as we're seeing here. She's really got a good race car here tonight, or today. She's right next to that white line. I bet you that track time that Ari Springer had before this race in Monster Energy Series Happy Hour, that might have just came into play and helped her have a good run here. Because, like I said, Ari Springer's running both championships, both this series and the Monster Energy Series. Some good battling going on. April Winters passing everybody on the high side. Good grief. Let's look at the rear bumper of this 41. 28 has the fastest lap of 31.810. Ari's at a 31.944. Slowest is a 32.2. That's Diana Lawson. Ooh, Mia Watts went up the high side. Looked like her car just got a little tight there trying to catch the 41. So far, these drivers, I really have not thought a 300 plus mile could go caution free, but the way things are looking, it's looking like that might be the case here today. These drivers need a safe race. That's all. Bella Santiago going to try to take second away from the 16, but got a little tight trying to do that. While these drivers are going green, I will be back. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
She fired first before he could get a chance. She blew him away. Yeah. The cashier that he was wrong was upset. He got to the first day out of the job. Where that one found safer, really that the tennis was in the outside to the team. Why did you just tackle? Because he was 40 feet away. He was really grow on it. It looked like 44. They said, no, we haven't got to see. I know. I saw it was there. When somebody put that stop broker took it. Yeah, he did. Because he saw it just laying there. So he took it. Yeah, and then he go around, kills innocent people. And she couldn't believe it until that one scene when he said that he couldn't even fly in the first time he laid eyes on her. She shot Robert. Not ordering Chinese food, but it's cheaper money. Why did he say that? Because it was taking a long time. Obviously, that's the reason there comes from comments. And it's
Sorry about that. You guys can skip the commercial freeze if you guys like. See, let me check, see if anything happened while I was gone. Oh, a couple of things happened. 02 is out of the race, and the 22 is out. So they went... I guess it's mechanical issues. Yep, that happened, and then the 02... See what happened to the 02 real quickly. And it looks like the 02... Okay, it happened to her in 3, so that's what happened. So a couple of drivers out of the race with mechanical problems, so tough break for them as Emma Tutu's retaking the lead from Artie Springer, but for how long? I don't think anybody was expecting this to be a caution-free race, to be quite honest with you. Sierra Harris having a good run. Ooh, April Winters ran really high. Boy, Ari Springer. Of course, remember, Ari started near the rear of the field. If I look at my qualifying, Ari started 37th, and she's leading this race. Forgot to go over the weather with you guys. It's 56, winds blowing west at 5 to 10 miles an hour on so it's a little chilly day, but typical here at Vegas, as we're running Vegas, the third race of the season. Greta Wagner would be the next car to go a lap down. Bet you Ari Springer and Darby King both used the restroom before they went out for driver intros. They probably quit practice a little early. Ari drives the 7 for Nathan Orman Motorsport. Or not Ari, Darby King rather. Ari Springer's driving for Lincoln Continental. Both drivers, let me look at how they did in the Monster Energy Series while we are watching this race. Ari Springer got 25th. Darby King, I don't think, had a good run last week. We're having pit stops again. Darby King actually got a top 5 in the race last week. '18 has the lead. That's Sean Art. Sean got 5 points for leading a lap. Sean's coming to pit road. Jesse, I think, is going to follow her brother in. Yep. Keep an eye on Ari Springer because she's the one that came to pit road. Ari Springer trying to make it into the playoffs. She's had a dominant target dodge out of Chip Ganassi Racing. Trying to join White Garcia and Maria Nowicki and be our third different winner in the first 3 races here in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series. Most of the Monster Energy Series drivers have already left the track, have been glued to the TV watching this race back in our hotel room. Of course, Ari Springer's been wearing that Target fire suit since having to hop aboard. Had to hop aboard to run happy hour. Because she had her driver, they had the driver's meeting very early this morning. So that way she had time to go get into her Lincoln Continental, get ready for happy hours. Here comes Mia Watson, the 16. So far we have had a Ford go to victory lane, we've had a Chevy go to victory lane. One out of Robert Yates Racing, the other out of Junior Motorsports. Well, here's a couple of teams who have not won. Colleague Racing and Chip Ganassi Racing. Both ladies are rookies. One who's a rookie in the Monster Energy Series, excuse me. The other is a former driver in the Monster Energy Series. Can't wait. After this race, I'm going to go to bed. Even though I'm going to go have dinner here in Las Vegas, I'm going to go to bed in as I'm recording this because it is late. I'll definitely get so tomorrow we'll have the Monster Energy Series. They will cap off our Las Vegas weekend. That's off to Phoenix. Truck haulers are already halfway home. Some of them have already made it home. Looking forward to Bristol Motor Speedway, only for the Monster Energy Series competitors. If and do we get a yellow, it will change the complexion of this race. However, right now it's not doing anything but making this a caution-free race. Let me check here. 66. I was checking something. Looking at Annie Winters, and we're going to go back up to the 16 of Mia Watts. Coming up to 66 laps to go. Or actually, now that we are getting closer, I wonder if fuel mileage could come into play, if you ask me. Ivory Walker just took second from Ari Springer. Same with Ari's back to fourth. Ivory Walker, interesting to note, Ivory Walker came this race in that critical 30th in the point standing, so a well-needed run for that 70 bunch. Makoto Tanaka is running 28th, not the run she would have liked. Oh, we have some contact here? Or did Galloway run wide? It looked like Galloway just went up the track a little too much. Whatever happened, we kept it together. These drivers are now in their fuel window to possibly will make it the rest of the way. These drivers can make it on one more stop if we keep going green the way it is. Which I'm a little impressed these drivers have kept it clean, so we're not going to go 2 for 2 in caution-filled races. Only 3 drivers out of the race due to mechanical failures. They are Amanda Wallace, Jessica Moore, and Monica Towns. So Wallace came in this race 8th in the points, a driver running well in points out of the race. Jessica Moore, who's only making her first start of the year, she's going to be towards the bottom of the points table, which it doesn't even matter because she's not running the full-time schedule here. Monica Towns, on the other hand, 27th in the points, so she's going to even drop further. It's been a rough start to the year for that 13 bunch. All of these guys and gals will definitely hit the showers. Or Sean Art. Of course, Sean Art's going to be up there joining Cody and them. They'll call tomorrow's race. Of course, Mia Watts will be in tomorrow's Monster Energy race, driving Cody Smart's number 95 machine. So we definitely want to wish her good luck tomorrow. This is definitely a good stepping stone. Also, I failed to mention this. Yesterday, we had Hattie Swore go to victory lane, and she became the second driver officially locking herself into the playoffs. So could we have a Chevrolet go to victory lane here in the Buffalo Wild Wings series? So far, the way things are looking, it's possibly could happen. But remember, we still got one more pit stop to go. A lot of drivers running well in points, going to take a hit in the point standings. Jesse Art having a quiet run. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just chilled up here in the booth, not screaming and all that. So we're now about to be at the 3/4 mark, 3/4 of the way through this race. One more pit stop to go until we get to the end. These drivers will get a nice, neat shower. Those that will be racing in tomorrow's Monster Energy Series race, they'll definitely get ready to hit the showers, head back to the hotel, take a shower, and eat some dinner, and just chill out, get ready to go racing tomorrow. If you're Timmy Turner, I wonder what you're feeling with Carmichael not having a good start in the trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings. I don't know how she's going to fare in the Monster Energy Series race tomorrow. About to be 88 minutes into the broadcast here. $50 to go. Who are they getting rid of? Okay, they're getting rid of Greta Wagner and Mia Watts. Victor Gonzalez and Greta Wagner are going a lap down. So far, these drivers have been really clean so far today. Emily Elizabeth going to get lapped on track. She was already lapped in the pits after having to make an unscheduled pit stop. I didn't see if she made any contact with another car or not, but whatever the case, that's a shame. Dominant run for the Chevys, and also, Ari Springer looked like a contender. Got to make one more stop, and these drivers can make it the rest of the way. hopefully tomorrow we'll have a interesting race. Of course, I'll be off work tomorrow as I'm recording this. And we'll bring you coverage of Las Vegas for the Monster Energy Series competitors. Of course, we'll have Cody Smart on the pre-race show. Of course, they will host PCSRA Race Day, brought to you by Vizio. And then countdown to green, and then send it up to me in the booth. Well, we're getting racy up here at the front between Ivory Walker and Mia Watt. Coming up to 40 to go, and these drivers, as I said, have to make one more stop. They are in their window to make it the rest of the way. If we get a caution, this is going to change the complexion of the race. Coming up next to everybody, except on the West Coast, is your local news, or the PCSRA post-race show, hosted by Cody Smart, Nathan Orman, Zachary Taylor. Of course, none of the Triple P panelists are racing this weekend. Of course, Kyle will talk about his truck race that didn't go the way he wanted. Yep, these tires are pretty much done for these drivers. Of course, they had, I believe they had three, yeah, they have 3 sets, so they got to put this last set on to go to the end of the race. When will the leaders make their final stops? Because like I said, we have not had a lot of pace. Gonzalez trying to get his lap back. Just can't get the drive off the corner. Oh, that was really tight. Gonzalez just overdrove the corner. Nearly took out the leader. That could have been a black flag for the 6. I mean, he just sailed it in there, just pushed the 16 up the track. Here comes Xavier Alsop. But that was not nice. That's going to be a fun meeting between those two drivers after this is over. I don't think Mia Watts will appreciate that. Don't think the officials will either. Lainey Fredrickson just leaving pit road. This might have been her final stop of the race, so she's going to go the rest of the way home on fuel. I think we're under caution. We are under caution. Oh boy, this is gonna change things up. It's Lainey. She's in the ground. Oh, we had a wreck. Granger's in it. Galloway's in it. This changes everything.
Which one is Lainey?
36.
Oh.
First caution of the day. All right, let's see what happened here. Took us 169 laps for the first yellow. Well, that's a penalty because she tried to come to pit road. Let's see.
Yeah, he put his girlfriend in the race.
Well, I don't know how I'm going to explain this. Or Lainey's going to have to explain me to this after the event's over.
Yeah.
She just came out of the pit lane. Not sure why she's on the access road. And looks like, I think the first driver's she's going to hit is Sean. Yep. Hit Sean, and wow, Ari Springer did a good job missing that. And light contact with the Prolone Chevrolet. Now, I don't understand what this is all about. So she did get going. Woo, that was close, Marie and the Wiki. And then she gets into the 35. Not sure why she did that. She should have just kept it straight. And then there's Granger getting into Galloway. Annie Winter's going right through the grass. And this happened right in the middle of green flag pit stop, so... Not sure why Lainey did that. And now we have our first restart of the day. So hopefully these drivers saved enough fuel under pacing. So we went a long time without a yellow, which I'm a little impressed. Don't think Lainey Fredrickson is going to be earning Sean too many friends after that. Doubt Sean Art's going to be happy with Lainey. Because not only that, Lainey committed male abuse by running in the side of the Poppy Bank Toyota. Nobody out of the race from that incident. I bet Lainey Fredrickson's going to have a... Oh yeah, Fredrickson's got a lot of damage to the left side of her car. So we're back to green flag. I bet I'm kind of embarrassed as a commentator because that's my girlfriend in the car, and well, that's just typical of Lainey's season so far. I mean, 29th in the points, not having the day she would like, in 34th, and well, that really sucks. Hopefully these drivers saved enough fuel under pacing. So this was our first restart of the day. Everybody has made their final stops. They had now made it under the yellow flag, and that's a bad break for a number of drivers who are hoping to cycle around. They got trapped a lap down because of that untimely yellow flag that came out. Diana Lawson coming in. This is an unscheduled stop. Unless there's more issues with this 58. It's been a really bad day for Diana and this 58 squad. Unless she's serving a penalty that she passed before the start-finish line. Whatever the case, tough break for her. Big break for Jesse and all these guys and gals that were getting closer to not making it to the end and getting a poor finish. That timely caution came out very good for them. And Ivory Walker, as a result of that, has taken the race lead. Now everybody can make it on field to the end, I should point out. You know what they say in the words of William Brock? That was poor rookie. Yep, for the 36, poor rookie. Tough break for Granger and Galloway. Galloway did not need this. Third in the points. Annie Winters, or not Annie, excuse me, April Winters having a bad day. Annie Winters went through the grass. Where's the 98? There she is. Had to clean all that grass off the nose of the Monster Energy Ford Mustang. Laney still has damage to her car. New leader, Luke Peters, has taken the lead. Peters 38th in the points. This is his first lap lead today. What once became a boring race ended up turning into a changing factor in the change the outcome of this race. Laney still has all that damage. The left side also has some rear end damage, so kind of definitely made a rookie mistake if you ask me. Currently in 37th. Going to hurt her in the points. Justin Hugo nearly took out Wyatt Garcia, our winner from Ricky. So Ivory Walker currently still the leader. Man. What a race we've had. Where did Paul Michaels come from? At 43. Seeing a lot of new names up here in the top 10. Darby King is in 7th. Haven't talked haven't talked much about her all day. So far, so good. Oh, caution's out. Oh, big wreck. Carla Sanat, Jared Underhill, Sean Art's involved. Our second caution of the day. And Ivory Walker did not need this. The points leader was in it. What happened? What once was a caution-free race has now turned into 2 cautions already. We have long green flag run start the race, and Jared just took the 7 in the wall in pure frustration. And then I don't oh, whoa. Okay, then I don't understand this part. Let's see. Oh, Jared's trying to come to pit road. And... well, that's male abuse, because I don't know what the flip Carla was doing. Just runs on the side of the 12. Sean got turned around. And with 10 laps to go, all restarts are now single file. Ivory Walker did not want to see this caution. Bet she's probably disgusted right now. So our second yellow with 10 laps of racing to go. And there you go, restart single file. There's no double file. Out of the race will be the 7 of JJ Park, and we understand car number 32 has been called to the big black and yellow truck. Not sure why because Jared was coming to pit road. We're back to green. Jared was trying to get to pit road. Apparently Carla wasn't paying any attention, realizing the 12 was trying to pin, so I'm not sure what that was really all about. So Sean Art's been involved in both cautions through no fault of his own. But I seriously doubt he's going to be... I doubt Jared's going to be happy with Carla. And Race Control just assured me they will look at that after the race between the 32 and the 12. As the 12 continued on. Yes, he has, but he's off the pace in 37, so. New leader, Paul Michaels, with 6 laps to go when we cross the line. Or 5 laps to go when we cross the line. It'll be 6 to go. 5 after they cross the line. It'll be 5 to go. Haven't talked much about Paul Michaels. Came in this race 11th in the points. trying to get Dodge their first win of the season. But Ivory Walker's trying to go to victory lane here. And she's going to make the move. They'll hit 4 to go. Next caution comes out. It will end the race. Ivory's got it. Here comes Luke Peters. He's trying to take the lead from Ivory. Luke Peters came into this race 38th in the points. He's trying to get in the top 30 in the points if he wins today. Ivory Walker came in this race in that critical 30th in the standings. And a win for her would put her in the playoffs and away from 30th in the standings. So we've had 3 to go. We'll hit 2 to go. We'll have 2 laps to go. 43 way up the racetrack. This could cause a yellow if he's not careful. Still no yellow, but we have 2 to go. We'll take the white, and we'll have 1 more lap to go here in Las Vegas. Jared trying to finish this race. White flag. 1 to go. Here comes Luke Peters. Luke trying to get a run on the 70. Can't. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Can Peters send it in to turn number 3? He's not going to make a move. What a jump for Ivory Walker. And here she comes. Ivory Walker will win the Alaska 302 here in Las Vegas. And Ivory Walker came in this race in that critical 30th in the points. Might have just locked herself a spot into this season's Buffalo Wild Wings Series chase for the championship. And that's good momentum going into tomorrow's race. We're going to wait for Jared to cross the start-finish line. And Jared, we're waiting for you to cross the line there, bud. Okay, now the standings are official. Oh, Jared's a lap down. It was Carla we were waiting on. So Ivory Walker, I hit the wrong one. Ivory Walker wins. Luke Peters so close, he'll have to settle for second, but a well-needed run for a driver, 38th in the points. Wyatt Garcia is going to take the points lead heading into next week at Phoenix with a 3rd place run. Xavier Alsop 4th. Alsop came into this race, if I can find the 17, 18th in the points, so he's going to move up inside the top 15 in the point standings. Ari Springer looked like she had the dominant car, but fell back late, but still a nice run. 13th in the points, will be moving herself up into the top 10 in points in 5th. Darby King gets 6th. Great run for Darby King, a driver who came in this race 25th in the points. Scarlett Nelson came home in 7th. A well-needed run for Scarlett. 41st in the points, so big run for that 2014. Paul Michaels finished in 8th. Michaels had a chance to win this race. He came in this race 11th in the points. His first top 10 of the season. Samantha Grenville and John Wesley Allen made sure both Red Bulls complete the top 10. Allen came in this race 28th in the points. Greenville 33rd. So well-needed run for both of those drivers who are right now struggling in points. As you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, number of drivers came in this race running well in points. JJ Park came in as the points leader. Stephanie Driscoll came in this race second in the points, had a bad race. Heather Galloway, 26, she came in this race third in the points. So really disappointed. Carla Sinat was the last car to finish on the lead lap. We had 38 drivers finish the race. 4 drivers finished out of the race after 2 cautions. JJ Park for an accident. He's been released from the care center. And the other 3 were due to mechanical failures. Amanda Wallace, Jessica Moore, and Monica Towns. So this is going to shake the points up dramatically going into next week at Phoenix International Raceway. But what an enjoyable race it was. We went 160 plus laps until our first yellow, and then we had another yellow with 10 to go. So that was a good Buffalo Wild Wings Series race, and a much better race than what we had in the first 2 races of the season for this series. Tomorrow, we're definitely looking forward to the Monster Energy Series race, as we are going to go division racing, and we'll see which 4 drivers will join the other drivers that solidify themselves as far in the playoffs, and will Valentina Fernandez go 3 for 3 to make sure she's a championship favorite into this season's chase for the championship. You'll have to find that out tomorrow in that race. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race at Las Vegas in a 2 caution, which is fine, but typical Vegas racing, if you know what I mean. If you enjoyed this race, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCSRA crew today. We showed your full finish results all the way down to the 42nd. You'll see your updated points during the pre-race show next week at Phoenix International Raceway. But we still got to cap off our weekend with the Monster Energy Series drivers, as they will go racing here at Vegas before we have Monster Energy and Buffalo Wild Wings next week from the desert of Phoenix. Till then, I've been Dean DeVoe signing off. I'll see you guys next time, as you have been watching yet another broadcast courtesy of the PCSRA, the best auto racing around the world since 2017. So long from Las Vegas, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow for the Monster Energy Series drivers.